What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are... Oh, I don't know why the game locks up like that every now and then. I'm sure that comes in with the recording, but we've let the game run for a day or two with the shop being closed. And then I kind of babysat things and just kind of let the store run its course for a little while, just to get us some money and everything like that. You can see we're kind of backed up, which is a good site, I think, to be at, or a good place to be at. All of our iron products here, our base level ones, are backed up. Our healing potion ones, they should be. I mean, they're literally flying off the shelves. So, and that one's kind of hard to keep up with. You know, we could probably go with 2 assemblers, but the more potions we're gonna work through, I think it's fine for now. I think once we get to probably tier 5-ish is when we're going to do a big change or start taking our layouts a little bit more seriously to give them more breadth so they have more room to breathe. Because it was about this time for me going into this tree where I was like, okay, I have so many resources. I have so much money. I don't need anything right now. So we did pick up linen and bandages because I thought that the game only looked at where is it? Our goods tab here for items that would be in the store. But I had people leaving complaining that there was no bandages or linen, even though I did not research those 2 products. So that theory is out the door. I don't know if it's just you unlocking this tier means that they're now going to expect these items, because I don't see them complaining about future items. But I didn't research linen, and I can't get bandages without doing that. And since it was basically like this, right? Where I could do the first tier, but the second one was locked. People were complaining that bandages weren't in the store. So I don't know what the criteria is for what they're looking for in here, but I do know that it has something to do with the level that you're at. So I think because we finished that last one, or maybe because we researched one thing in the next tier. So since we've branched out into tier 4, they're just like, oh, well, you have everything the tier before, then. Which we didn't. So maybe that's what it is because I researched a crucible to get charcoal going. I don't know. I did put a chest here to start collecting charcoal powder just because it was backed up, and I thought, why not just create a buffer now? And I think that's it. I mean, I did more plots, I believe, since the last episode. I'm glad that you guys are liking this. I have been starting to get recommended a couple of these videos on YouTube, and Brando has come across the game too, and he's talked to Alex a little bit about wanting to play it, and then he saw that I was doing a little video, so maybe there'll be some multiplayer stuff in the future. I mean, I think this is Brando and I's fucking bread and butter, I think, type of game. And Alex tags along too. So maybe we'll do a multiplayer thing in the future. Maybe I'll invite them to the YouTube factory. So yeah, we have money now. Actually, you could see that I got 8 grand in the cash register, and that's because our entire box here is full. So how about we grab a couple of these, and then we can start researching some stuff here, like the purchasing portal, and we can start to try to automate that. Wooden pulleys is going to be our next good. Then we need clay and... man, I part of me really doesn't even want to get into basic fertilizer yet, because it's such a pain in the butt to navigate. Tunnel conveyor is great. It lets you go through walls. It says that it can be mounted on walls, but it actually just gives you a hole through a solid wall, which is great. And then bank portal, we're going to need that as well. And then tubes will be nice later on. We need our clay, right? Okay, and I think that's a good spot to hang out for at least a little bit while we work out wooden pulleys, because we're going to need more ropes. We're going to need more ropes because I still want to throw in some ropes into here. But we're going to need it for the pulleys, and that means we need to expand our flax setup here. So I think what that's going to end up being is that this line here is going to get edited to make more rope. We'll have a bigger buffer for that as well. In fact, we may switch out because one double box here is the same as 2 of those chests. So it still gives us our 2 outputs and in the same space instead of having to stack and then do a conveyor belt thing, which is really not that big of a deal. It'll just be nicer because then we could do maybe 2 boxes and that'll be plenty of buffer, you know? So I think what this is going to be is just a couple more of these processors and then probably 2 more things making rope. It may not work out well enough because, yeah, we have a small break there. You can see it not producing there for a split second while this next one comes in. So what we're at right now, I believe, is like 100% efficiency. And there's a way to see that too somewhere. Oh, I think also I grabbed another belt and furnace. I probably leave this at 20%. I'm pretty happy with where the stuff is right now, and I think an extra 20% is fine. So we're probably just going to work on other tiers here. Let's see, is it O? No, the purchasing portal. What's under view? What's it yelling at us here? Clay powder, stats. That's the one I want. Okay. So, oh, day's over. We made 13 grand that day and used 9,000. Okay, so this is just per day. Last 3 days, yeah, see, our potions are huge because it's, I think, our top product. Rope, we are absolutely overproducing our rope, which is great because that means we could probably steal from that line. Which means that we should only have one of these on a line that goes out, and we'll split off from that one to just take half of its output to make pulleys. And pulleys is just rope and wood, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, 2 planks to a linen rope makes wooden pulleys, and that's a really good item to have in the store. People like buying them, so our wood is a little backed up, but I don't know. I'm hesitant to keep pulling from this because it's when we need both of these belts going, like when this starts cooking again, when the metal isn't so backed up, it chews through this wood line pretty easily, especially making charcoal. So I think these 2 should probably stay as the fuel for now to keep providing wood down this line. And shoot, maybe we should even add like a buffer here. Just so it always has wood going through. I think I'm gonna do that because why not? It's stopped right now, so we have time. F, we're going to do this. It doesn't need to be a double wide. I want to keep it slim. And so that way it has enough wood in case there's times where it needs to do some of the gears and stuff. There's a buffer. Actually, we could have put that here and got rid of this ramp because it would have pulled from the top thing. Oh, but no, then it would be against this one. Okay, never mind. It has to be back there. Fantastic. Okay, so this music sounds like we're ready for a battle. Hold on. Let me hit it. Let me hit shuffle on this play. I'm doing something different. Instead of editing in the music afterwards, I just went and found a playlist of medieval building game music. And you know, and I think it's better. I think it's better than the default music. At least it'll be unique, right? So, anyways, let's redo all this, right? So we could probably keep... Honestly, that line could probably move. I don't see us pulling the rocks out until we start making sand. Which even then, with the conveyor belts going this way, it would be pulling from that one, so we'd probably have to get rid of this thing so it can do sand. And then we just have 2 of these working on mortars, which that's future. I'm just trying to keep everything in mind, you know? Okay. We'll delete those. And this guy, get rid of him. And I think we need another layer of these grinders as well. Because we're going to be doing a lot of machines now, and I want to make sure that we have enough flax fiber getting to those machines. So let's maybe try to do something like... Do we want to maybe do something like this, where we have, like, grinders... I guess they can't share that line, right? So maybe one more over? Yeah, because we can have the line not interact with the ones over there. And then we have an output and an output, right? Like this. I think with the increased conveyor belt speed, we might be able to keep up with this. We'll have to see. So let's increase our rope. And do we want to do our 3 machine thing? I also found out that you can change the shape of this guy too, which is really nice. Because then you can do something like that. And you can have the inputs be on both sides. So, linen thread. So that's the one that's going to require 90. Oop. Which is technically, yeah, 3 of these guys. If I do that, and then that one helps feed the middle one. Could that work? I don't know. And then this is going to have to go and make more rope. So I guess that'll probably be 2 of these, right? Rope. Rope. And I think... So this middle one will help feed both, maybe? No, because these ones coming over also feed it, so... Maybe we change it to like this. I guess there's no elegant way to do that when they're right next to each other. You need that space in between. Right? So we can get rid of this guy. And we just do that. And go left and right. And we're out of flax, so it's already kind of cutting into our... Oh, actually, I need that line of it, so... Put that in there. Can I put that in there? Can I put this in here? Yep. And then, maybe we can branch off of this one. So now that we got the purchasing portal too, we can split our log purchasing between the two, right? So we could put the portal. I mean, honestly, it's so the big cost about the purchasing portal is just buying this sigil. So you have to come over here. You can't make this thing. So each one of those costs 1,500. Where is it? There it is. 1,500 and then 5 pieces of wood. So the wood is nothing, right? So really the big cost of it is this. So, and we have tons of money. 1,500 is not that much. We can make that back up on our shop very quick. So do we put a purchasing portal in front of each one of these machines? I'm thinking that's probably the cleaner way of doing it than trying to supply. Yeah, it is the cleaner way to do it, because if we have a supply of a conveyor belt like I was doing in my previous thing, then we have this right here happening, where we paid for each one of these logs, right? But they're not even in the machine. So we should only be paying for it if it's in the machine. And then that way, all we have is a conveyor belt of money going around, instead of like we have a conveyor belt of wood going everywhere. We have a conveyor belt of rock going everywhere. I think that is the better way of doing it. Iron is very expensive, and so will be. Well, I could just show you the wood over here. So to make our advanced fertilizer, we're going to need to chop these guys up, and these are $2,000 each. $2,000, man, and I don't think that any of these helps us. No, but fertilizer nutrient value is actually pretty big too. 10% just seems like so little, but like this is too many skill points for this game. For only getting 2 per tier, and there's only like 8 tiers, 9 tiers. And then I guess Alchemy Master. I don't know if there's a point in the game where you get a machine where you can create those points. Your research points? This is not even research, it's upgrade points. But this is too many, I feel like, to really. I feel like I really got to be stingy, and you can't refund them. I don't know. I feel like that's probably the weakest part of this game. So, there's our rope, right? It's going to be, I don't know. I feel like where's the weak point? I guess the grinders, right? We need more grinders. So how can I fuel more of these into these machines? I guess like we do like a box each. I'm trying not to build all the way to the edge, you know? I kind of want to leave like a little bit of room, so maybe I'll move this stuff back. Maybe we do like take up a little bit more of this room. This is what I do a lot of the time in this game, is like I'm just like, okay, I can see what I want, right? But how do I get about making it better? You know? So if we do 3 grinders there, 3 grinders there, right? I don't know why that's stuck on my screen, but it is. So we do this, right? That seems pretty efficient. And we could do 1 into there, 1 into there. Then I guess we only need 3 for this one, right? So does this just become that? And then from here, we just do another 3 grinders right off of it, like this. And then that leaves this open, I guess, for what, like 3 grinders there? But then I got 2 chests. And I don't necessarily like splitting resources like that, but you almost have to get them out of the outputs, because one output can only do as much as my conveyor belts, which is right now 90 a minute, right? So if each one of these needs 30, they need to have an outlet each for 3. And that's fully saturated. So this works. This setup works. Numbers wise. This setup, I don't know. Because if we're pushing 30, so this is another 90 out, and these only want 30 each. So that means I could add another, I could just do 1 to 1. Right? So, where's my processors? Switch. We set this to rope. So that's the plan right there then. And we can just combine all these because it's going to be so slow that it won't matter. This is going to rip through flax. This is going to rip through flax, but our priority is this guy, the one on the right, because that feeds 2 machines. And then our second priority is going to be the one on the left. So if we... Oh, I got like no room in my inventory. Probably because I keep picking up items out of here. Alright, so do that. Let's give me a chest over here just to dump some stuff. Got too much money on me, you know? So really what I'm looking at is this part of the belt right here to make sure that that is fully saturated. So we still have a break in there. You can see it like resetting. So it's not at a point where it can be fully saturated. But that's a lot more rope than what we were getting before. Eventually, too, that rope's going to back up. Like, we're not going to need this much rope by itself. A rope is just a component of another recipe that we want it from, right? So... just nothing happened that day. Okay, so we're gonna replace all this too with one of these bad boys. Can we kick you out of the way? Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Dude, Minecraft music is the fucking best. It's so good. Alright. So, retrieve all of you. Put you all in there. Okay. So that's, I mean, that's overproducing, or underproducing, I guess. All the flax that we need for this thing, but it's fine. It's whatever. But this needs its sage, so let's harvest that really quick. And then why not just do the same for you? That way we're only dealing with 1 inventory for those. And we'll get ourselves another 8. Actually, we'll do 10. And then I don't know how many other plots I have. So let's grab 20 and see how much we have left. Also, the seeds, I figured it out. It's just whatever one's first. So right now, if I look at it, quick plant is sage. If I swap those, it'll go to flax. That's how you swap that. So we got 20 flax, right? So, oh, we're already out. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we have 30 plus 10. We have 40 plots. Good to know. With as much flax as we're running through, this will be like the worst part of it, but I don't know. If I can, I don't know. I really don't want to set up basic fertilizer. It's such a pain in the butt. And you just get so much more for doing it manually. So look at all this rope that we're producing, right? So all we got to do now is get some wood over here. Feed it, and then throw that into an assembler, which is one of these guys. So we can just do this, and we'll take it from this middle one because it's getting fed from 2, and do this. Buy 3 logs. Set this to pulleys. So this does 45 a minute. It wants 45 a minute, so it's perfect. And this one's 22. And so if we take 30 and 30, that's 60 divided in half. That's good. That should be enough rope for it to keep up. So there's our pulleys. Maybe we just immediately throw them into a box here. For now, and then for us to get that into our store, I'd really like to be able to bust down these doors or the walls here. So we need clay and bricks for that. Okay, ooh, yeah, bigger inventory. So real quick, this is our current inventory. Okay, so we need linen for the next one. That's easy enough. And we're gonna need linen for both of these, so we'll get working on linen next. Oh, and that's our inventory now. Look at that. Much better. Okay, so we're getting pulleys. Now, let's look at linen. Linen, unfortunately, also made with flax. But this time it stops at linen thread. And then that goes into an assembler by itself to make linen. So this line right here. So we're making, I think, too much rope. I think that guy can go away. That guy can go away, and I think what we can do is just immediately throw this in as linen. So it wants 180 a minute. 180 is crazy. That's too much. So linen is very slow, right? So that could be our use for our next line of grinders here out of this box. Can be 2 processors doing that. But we're kind of running out of room here. So yeah, because this is saturated. So we would need another 3 for there, and then that would give us 60, which is not even half of that. 90 is half, which means that this thing wants 6 processors for 1 linen thing to make 18 a minute. That's nuts. Okay. So we can at least increase it a little bit because we're gonna have to combine linen and healing potions to make bandages. So linen plus healing potions gives us bandages, and we're gonna need those as well. So it would behoove us to make more linen. So what do we want? How do we want to do that? So we want to, that's not me even asking you guys. I'm thinking out loud here, right? Okay, we got space here. We got space here, which means it gives us a space for a line here. How do we get our other grinders in here? How do we get 3 more in this line? I guess stack. I guess we start stacking. Right? Yeah. So we can give ourselves a little platform here, right? We'll do a short little guy here. Don't even need to alternate that, right? And we throw our grinders like that. Or I guess we could go left or right. But I kind of like the symmetry of keeping it kind of vertical like this, right? Okay, that's going down. That'll go into there. Are you set to linen? You are. Oh, we need a processor. Thankfully, we can swap sides of it. Get rid of these, get that material back. Okay. There it is. Our first kind of like multi-layered setup, right? Granted, it is on the side that has less. Oh my god. This is already absolutely ripping. So, oh wait, no, we don't want 2 of these. We want both of these fed into this. Sorry. That's what we want. I got a little confused there. Sorry. So that's going to increase our production the same amount as having the 2 assemblers. So there we go. So now this is getting 60, which is a quarter speed, but that's okay. Quarter speed is okay. We're going to pull that out a little bit because we're going to have to branch off. In fact, why don't we get a little bit closer? That way we can have an assembler like here for bandages, right? What? There we go. Okay. And now we have bandages. So it's already getting a little complex, right? But we left room and it's thankfully working out, but we're still in tier 4. Like we haven't moved into this section yet. Oh, I guess we did for wooden pulleys, but that's okay. Our problem now is getting it into the shop. So now that we have lab stanza, we can make this a multi-layer bus, right? However, that's going to make our boxes here a little bit harder to use, because we'd be doing 2-tier, right? So we could swap those out for just these single guys and do one of these pass-through ones. Which, gonna be honest, probably gonna be enough for every single one of these materials. Not a bad idea, honestly. Because each one of these stacks pretty high. And like, do we really need, what is that, like 800 of these things in the buffer? No, I don't think so. I think 200 is fine. Even when it comes to like the large gears, I think the biggest thing will probably be the mortars, just because there's like so few of them, but it's 100. I think it's worth it to clean this up a little bit more and gives us more room, because we're not getting, I don't know if it's the building tool or if it's the research. No, it was a quest. Maybe the carpenter quest? I think it might be the carpenter quest. Okay, let's go grab another linen and see if that unlocks another tier for us. We're out of. Oh no, it's gonna be nighttime. I want to be able to plant more, so it grows overnight. Okay. Got some seeds down. I don't know what game this is from. Fahjah? Fahjah? I don't hate it. It's cool. It's a Canadian electronic music producer known for his high-energy, bouncy style that fuses underground rave something or other. I guess it's used for a game somewhere. I don't know. Okay. Let's get our sage. Perfect. And we can keep that going. And honestly, we could move our health potion thing over more if we need to dive into this section a little bit more. But this is starting to look pretty busy. Great. So if that's all done, a lot of linen thread. Honestly, we could probably... I've done this a couple of times where I've like infused items into a line, because I only need about 200 of these, and that's just for a couple upgrades, right? But if we just feed that in there, it's going to start cranking out linen. And we'll just leave it. It could back up for now because we gotta deal with all this, which means I need to clear out my inventory pretty much, because we're gonna be demolishing all this. We got plenty of nails, because that's like the big factor in the lab stands is nails and iron. So, big box. So we'll just put down a couple of these big boxes. And the money we could just throw in there. Now the question is, I guess we'll use an elevator. We'll bring it back down because the amount of room that we'll need for the catapults to also be up there is just not going to be worth it. So, all right, let's get rid of these first. Okay, we had room for all that. Interesting. All right. So we want the pass-through one here. And we're just going to build a couple of those. And this first one is going to be those gears. Whoop. And we're going to need lab stands. Oh, we need our nails. Okay, so how do we want to combine these? So should we combine them down here? So this one will be, it'll start too tall, right? And this will be our small gears, which we'll just pull from here. I need rope. Sorry, we're closed for renovations. Let's get our lab stands on our bar down here. Okay, so that line is now hooked up. Let's see. How are we gonna do this part? So if this is coming out to here, right? I suppose all of them are just going to be brought in like this, right? So we click and then we rotate. And then I can copy that one. And now I can copy that for the other ones. So there we go. And then all of these get pushed back against this line here, I think is the goal, right? So we can get rid of all those. And then put our next line here. Right? And then, okay. So if you copy those, it stays the same height. So what you need to do is remember the buttons. Rotate. And then I can copy that one for the two. And this was mortar. So this guy. Okay, the angle's too much for that, so I need to go back one. And so rope wants to be about here. So this isn't so bad. I mean, it's just, whoop. I like too that it goes blue when you see it has a valid connection. And rope, I think, just had one. And then nails had two, but I think we could get away with just one. Nails is about here. But let's hook up these lines next. Okay, so we got mortar next. We could. I guess this guy. Should we do it on the side instead? Like this? That way we can continue to have this line be open. I think that's the idea. What this song's crazy to me. I'm about to just play Minecraft music for this playthrough. Okay, so we probably want to do... Whoop. I don't know why I always press T. So we want that to be input, rotate. You know what, we could just pull from here. So we're going to have a bunch of extra stuff, but we'll use them for quests, I'm sure, in the future. All right, so that one's loaded. Small gears are loaded. This tier was rope. So there's our rope line. So yeah, this is becoming our bus line right here. At least for the first couple of items. And you can't go over the back end of a catapult. That makes sense. So I'm going to have to redo my auto iron thing. Not a big deal. Oh. Let's go grab some more nails. Actually, we can make these too high as well. Because they just need to go there. And our rope is right there, so we can pick it up at that point, right? I'm creating myself a wall here, but it's only going to go to about here. So for us to get around, we'll have to go all the way around, but it's going to be slim. It's going to be real slim, guys. Rotate. And now our rope is back on the line. So this top one can get some rope being added to it. And they do have a really neat feature where you can just delete a whole line. So you can look at it, press G, and it selects the whole line. Very nice. Okay. So there's our first couple of stuff added, no problem. Now we can do our nails, which are also on that line. We'll just take it to here, I guess. So we'll do something like that. Yeah, because our nails are right here. Change that around, rotate. Connected. I'm thinking for our nails, we'll just take it all the way over to straight ahead, right? In, out, straight ahead. We'll get rid of this so it starts loading up this line. There it is. Easy as that. That's not bad. And then we can X, G, confirm. Oh. The bigger inventory is huge. Okay, so that's cleared up our door a lot. And so we can immediately put our potions on another bus line. That way we have a hallway here of these two things going through, right? Because we're going to need another bus line that goes this way so we can keep our own doorway open for us to go through. Let's go get ourselves some wood. Don't want to neglect our lines back here. We probably don't need to start the bus line. Well, maybe we do, because maybe we want to throw bandages and linen on that. Yeah. Okay. So we can get rid of these. I could have just clicked on the lower ones. Whoops. Yeah. Okay. And let's... let's just go for it. X, G, F, confirm. All right. This one, we are... There's our first line. We're going to have some wood issues here, so maybe we have the wood go down now. Can't remember. Do we need this? I don't think we need this anymore. Yeah. We could just go straight now. Okay. So our wood's now going under. And that frees up this line here for our health potions, right? So we'll just run that line. And I think too, what I might do, just to clear out the walkway here, is that I'm going to get rid of all this. Once these sell out, we'll move the potion thing. Actually, I can just get rid of it and I'll rebuild it. And we'll push the potion shelf over more, right? Heck, we could even have it sideways like this for now. So we can get through. And I believe we can still get away with doing like our catapults. I think it'll let us do this. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm hoping, yeah. Who needs physics, man? And then that's a simple way of getting them to still stock sideways, you know, and then that gives us a line here. I really need to open this wall. And I think that's carpenter quests. You want small gears, huh? I think we can make that work, bud. For 5 silver, we can make that work. We could do this. I don't think we have 180 wooden pulleys. Maybe we do. We do. Okay. 16 badges. And what was the other one? Big gear? Yeah. The bulk orders are nice. So we need bandages. I just need a couple more of these. We have not been collecting bandages, so... Oh, can I take them out of here? I can't. 30? I think that was enough. Yeah, there we go. 35 silver. Ooh, easy. There's our other day. Carpenter requests. 100 pulleys. And that gives us a shelf. Great. So I have 61 silver on me now, which is massive. I think we researched the bank portal. We did. So the bank portal, that requires a sigil. So let's go buy a sigil, and we'll start converting our stuff to silver. That's the wrong item, Dwight. Darn it. Well. He is what he is. Okay, we'll just do that, and then we'll bring you... And we'll set that to 1. I don't know why I need small gears to make a big chest. Alright, we can't put it in the way of the customers, so... do I just bring it back up top? Yeah, why not? Why not? This could be a little goofy. Guys, it's okay to be a little goofy. How's it letting me do that? That's weird. Okay, and then we will... lab stand across here. Is that... Oh, sorry. Convert to silver. I was like, why is that not working? And then... we will... Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever actually... done that before. Rotated a conveyor belt like that. Okay, so now we're converting all of our copper into silver, which is going to be huge. That's going to free up this whole thing. Basically, like, we're probably never going to get to a point where this is all silver. At least not for a very long time. So we'll let that go while we work. And so now when we need to come in and get money, we'll just grab silver. In fact, we'll just throw our copper in there. Even though when we buy stuff, it'll get auto-translated to copper. It's not that big of a deal. Iron, bandages, and that'll give us a dispatch thing. That's basically will let us have a continuous sale go on. Like, it's a portal that we could throw bandages in because there's always people buying bandages, but we sell them at a lower cost. So... it's a way of like making money without needing customers to come in. It's just, it's not as good as having customers. Okay. So that's way cleaner. That's clean. Let's hook up the potions to that line. And then we will... Okay, so I guess, yeah, I gotta get rid of this. Not a big deal. Like, we talked about this. I think what I'm gonna do is move these guys away from the door. And we'll start the line here. I need wood. Sure, one of these has wood. It didn't? Just kidding. I know, you're mad. Stop it. Stop being mad. And then we have bandages and linen. Those are the two that we're adding to this line. So bandages, you're going up on this next row here. There you go. And then let's just complete that while we're here. So we can do this. Set that up. I guess what I could be doing is putting my buffer for them like way out there, but I don't know. I kind of like being it closer to the where it needs them. Because I could just come in here and grab like nails if I need to, or I guess this is kind of blocking these, but I won't need to get into those too often. I think the only one out of here probably be rope and small gear, but we can always just peel off one of these lines. Like maybe in the future we have a line going here that goes to chests out in the front here for us to pick up from. Maybe. I don't know. That might be too much for this little area right now, because there is going to be a point where we tear literally all this down to make it into a building and make it look actually pretty. This is fine. This is functional, but this is not my end goal here. We can do better. We have the technology. Man. You want some rope. We do not need mortar stuff on us. We do not need this many big gears. So I think I might maybe make some shelves just to sell all this miscellaneous stuff. We'll just put a couple of shelves over here and manually stock them just to get rid of the extra. Or I could put, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I'll just find a place to put this stuff for now. And keep it a little bit more organized. Like, you just put a table right here with a couple of these chests. Put gear and wood, metal stuff, linen stuff, or like flax stuff, I guess. And then I'll throw my cashier in my extra. We'll have a second table too, in the future. So not too worried about that. That's metal stuff. You are linen stuff, rock stuff, gears. I'll use that wood somewhere. And then I guess, I don't know, material things, because like potions. We do want both of those, I think, on us. 200 nails is plenty. 100 big gears, 200 small. Honestly, we could do more than just 200 small gears, because we use this in a lot of recipes. Rock. I don't think we use mortar for anything. Okay, I'm happy with this. We'll take this back out and this rock, because those don't need to be in there. And our wood. Bandages and linen for now. Alright, I'm happy with that. That cleared that up a little bit. We need to go buy lots of flax. And some sage. Oh. Thought we would have had some copper left over, but I guess not. How we doing on wood? Good here. Oh, ooh. You. We're missing you on the line. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I got you. I got you, bud. Look at that. I like subconsciously made an extra chest up here because I knew. I knew. Okay, there we go. Nice. That's a lot of gears. Or wooden pulleys, sorry. Didn't mean to do that to you. Okay, yeah, well, yeah, we need flax. We need a plant. Three more. I guess part of me probably should have made this a little bit more compact, but I kind of like the line. Nailed it. Oh my gosh. There's just no flax in this one. So that's not enough flax for us now to saturate our chests that we have. Granted, this one is just making ropes. It will back up, but it needs it for the pulleys, which will be good for business. It'll be good for money. Okay, I think we're caught up, right? Where's our good thing? So we're making linen, bandages, and wooden pulleys. All of these items are in our... well, they're not, I guess, stocked, right? But they're ready to be. And honestly, we could have... I guess we could have moved our potion shelf out. Like one layer. And we can move our bus behind it. Yeah... Shoot. Now I'm thinking that that's probably what we want to do. Oh, man. I just want to break the walls. When can I break the walls? Oh, they're going to want clay. That's the other thing. Those gloves, restocking speed? Man, might as well. Potion belt... Building tool, I think is important. 50 linen for our inventory. That's huge. I'd like to prioritize that before we throw linen onto the... Oh, there we go. Put the linen onto the shelves, you know? Yeah, there it is. Ooh, 120 wooden pulleys? Easy. Shoot, we're going to be able to do that pretty soon. Wait. That's 104. Yup. So we just need 16 more. I tell you what, listening to the Age of Empires 2 soundtrack, when that pops on in the background, I'm all for it, man. I don't like this. Maybe we should move the nails over like one more. We move it to this side. Yeah. Probably should do that to all these. Just so our inside line's a little bit cleaner, you know? Yeah, I like that more. Even for these guys. Wait, what goes in here? Sage. Oh, shit. Well, I didn't expect us to be fully out of sage, too. Okay, well, that'll build up our linen in this thing, which is our slowest resource. When we get to fertilizer, I think it's really going to turn around. Advanced fertilizer for sure. But I don't know. Maybe you guys can convince me. Maybe if you guys are playing, maybe you can convince me that fertilizer is okay. Basic fertilizer. It just doesn't seem like worth it. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. You're full. You're full. You're mostly full. Okay. So when the whole thing is grown, it's not bad. We have a system. 10 sage, 30 flax. And that gives us a lot to work with. Okay, great. And I like how clean this is. I don't mind some belts going on there, down on the floor. Honestly, we could use things to throw them, but I'm okay with the belts. This is much cleaner to walk in and out of now. Not that it was a big deal before, but... What was it? Inventory? Yeah. Bigger inventory. Beautiful. Okay, that one, we're a long ways away from that one. But that's okay. We don't need it. Alright. Carpenter request? Oh, glass, damn it. Come on, man. I don't want to do glass yet. Okay, so let's, I guess, I mean, there's no way around it. We got to move this, right? If we want to sell those other items, we got to move it. I'll just restock the potions I took manually. Guess there's room here, right? No. I like being able to walk through. So we'll do that. That way we can get, yeah, a line through here. You're out of... Do one of these, huh? It's not as... It's faster just to do it one at a time. Alright, you are no longer lined up, so these left ones gotta go. Which is fine, that leaves more room for our bus line there. Okay. And now we need wood. Hello. Do this one line at a time. Make it easy to put the... Okay, cool. We got our buffer back here. We got another bus line. I guess we gotta choose where these are gonna go, right? And this doesn't even need to be 3 wide. I guess we could do 2 nails now, again, now that we're caught up. But, I don't know. Yeah, sure, why not? It's literally that much work. Actually, we'll do... put 2 here, right? Am I out of nails? Oh, shoot. Hey, I need those nails. Oh, wait, I had nails over here. Hold on. Let me give you those nails back. I gotta remember that I got extra stuff over here. Okay. So we need a trio, right? That's all this needs to be. This just needs to be a trio. We'll do a trio like right here. That might not be enough space. That way they have room to walk over here to that guy. Which I guess we can move that over here too. I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to take it back down right now. Maybe in the future, once we can knock down walls, I'll rearrange things. But for now, let's do it this way. So you just need to come to this first one here. Forgot, you got to line up the bottom one first. Output, and then we want to grab it from there. You are supplying that line. I guess what I should do is just line up the catapults first, right? Because they're going to be in the same spot, all of them. Yeah, it's a little bit easier. Okay. We are once again fully automated with all of our new stuff. We could reopen. That guy was ready. He's like, oh shit! New stock of health potions. You don't have to grab him from behind, bro. Don't be weird. Ooh. Ooh, he's buying. How much was that? 800. And we're caught up. So we have 72 silver coins in there now. We are in it. Okay, so that's all taken care of. Let's check our stock of stuff. I think our next goal, and this is going to be next episode, we're going to figure out how to get our money from over there, over here to our purchasing portals and set up all that. Okay? We may or may not need to scooch some stuff this way, but I think we'll be okay. Buy a little piece of wood over here for this guy. Don't worry, you're gonna get set up real soon. And what's next? Let me look at my research tree here. Okay, clay. We'll do clay and glass and brick and stuff. That'll be next too. So we'll set up purchasing portals, our clay and glass setup. our kiln and stuff, that stuff is going to start getting built out this way. I think we're going to start working over on this side. I don't want to crowd this anymore in case we do need to move things around or expand things. I don't want to keep stacking stuff here. So we'll do clay and all that stuff, excuse me, back here because we're going to need this charcoal powder. And, I mean, we could probably buy the rest of the properties here. 8 grand. Easy. Easy. I think this was 15. Not even going to think about it. Okay. There it is. Look at that. Look at all this space. And we still can't move our walls. But we will soon. Okay? All right. Thanks everybody for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll see you, or hit the like button down below. I think that's the rest of that sentence. Oh my God, there's 2 grand in here. It can't get rid of fast enough. And this register can only hold 10. So we may need to put another table here. We can't do anything until we can get rid of the house. But yeah, I'll see you guys for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. You guys seem to be into this. I'm really into this. I'd love to keep this going and just see how far we can push it. How good can we make our lines look? I mean, there's absolutely going to be a day where I'm going to stream this for a couple of hours redoing everything. So be on the lookout for that. All the links for everything that you need to know are down below, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.